We thank you for your trust in our equipment, and we are confident the product will meet your expectations. These video series are made to guide Tazweed customers and to provide you with the required information and guidelines for proper installation of the product. For any further clarifications, please contact Tazweed team directly. In this video, we will start on the outdoor unit installation, and we will discuss some precautions and space requirements, and then the installation itself. Here are some general precautions on where to install the outdoor unit. Do not block any passageways or thoroughfares. The noise of the air conditioner when running and the discharge air do not disturb any neighbors. Install the outdoor unit on a flat. Position the outdoor unit so that the airflow is directed towards the open area. Maintain sufficient clearance around the outdoor unit, especially from a radio, computer, stereo system, etc. Precaution. If the outdoor unit is installed on high, ensure that its base frame is firmly fixed in position. Install the unit in a location that would not obstruct any passageways or roadways. Position the outdoor unit so that the airflow is directed towards the open area. Maintain sufficient clearance around the outdoor unit, especially from a radio, computer, or stereo system. When installing the outdoor unit near seashores, make sure it is not directly exposed to the sea breeze. If you cannot find an adequate place without direct sea breeze, wall should be constructed. Damage from sea breeze. Due to the influence of sea breeze, corrosion will be accelerated, as can be seen in these figures. So, sea breeze directly into the outdoor unit. Try to keep the outdoor unit away from the direct sea breeze as shown in this figure. Now for space requirements for the outdoor units. Around the outdoor unit is a very important factor for the proper operation of the unit and the power consumption. We will try to cover all the possible scenarios. We will start with the scenario when installing a single unit. As you can see, a minimum of 30 millimeters should be kept at the back of the unit in any case. When three sides of the outdoor unit are blocked by a wall, keep 300 or more where the closest to the fan, 600 or more from the other direction, and 300 or more from the back of the unit. The upper part of the outdoor unit and the air outlet is opposite to the wall. Then you keep at least 600 from the fan to the wall, from the edge of the outdoor unit to the wall, and at least 300 millimeter at the back side of the unit. When the air outlet is towards the wall, you have to keep at least 1.5 meter away from the wall. The upper part of the outdoor unit and the air outlet is towards the wall. Then you keep at least 2 meters away from the wall, from the front side, and at least 1.5 meter away from the wall. When the front and rear side of the outdoor unit is towards the wall, then you keep at least 1.5 meters from the front face, which is where the fan is located, and at least 30 centimeter from the back side of the wall. When installing more than one outdoor unit, please refer to the figure. When the air outlet is towards the wall, then you keep at least 60 centimeters between each of the outdoor units. and 1.5 meters at least from the face of the wall. When the front and rear side of the outdoor units is towards the wall, then you keep at least 60 centimeters between the units as well, 1.5 meters or more to the face of the wall, and at least 30 centimeters from the backside of the unit towards the wall. When you have three sides of the outdoor units blocked by the wall, then you keep between the outdoor units at least 60 centimeters. On this side, closest to the fan, you keep at least 30 centimeters. And on the other side, where away from the fan, you keep at least 60 centimeters. And to the back side, at least 30 centimeters. Now, when the front and rear side of the outdoor units is towards the wall, you keep at least 1.5 meters from the front of the unit to the face of the wall, at least 60 centimeters between the units if they are back to back, and at least 3 meters between the units if they are face to face, like in this situation here. And you keep at least 3 meters between the units if they are face to back, like in this situation here. And you keep at least 30 centimeters from the back of the unit to the face of the wall. In case of using a wind baffle, the same applies as the above information. Now, when you have this situation, you keep at least 50 centimeters between the outdoor units, side to side, and at least 50 centimeters between this face of the wall and the outdoor unit. For the back of the units, you keep at least 30 centimeters in both cases. Now for the outdoor unit installation, as well for the installation space, the outdoor units must be installed on a stable base. The outdoor unit is to be installed in a location exposed. If the outdoor unit is to be installed in a location exposed to strong winds or high above the ground, the unit must be fixed to an appropriate support, wall or ground. Fix the outdoor unit with anchor bolts. If the outdoor unit is installed on the roof, you have to check the ceiling strength and waterproof the unit. Make sure that the product is level during installation, especially product shouldn't be tilted towards the compressor. After covering the outdoor unit installation, now we will move to the copper piping installation, and we will cover some of the piping limitations, how to do the vacuuming and leak test, and then how to properly charge refrigerant. Every unit has different piping limitations. Based on the normal pipe size published in the data book, these are the piping limitations. If you have the model number AC18MXQ, the main pipe length maximum should be 30 meters or less. The maximum height between the outdoor and indoor units is 20 meters or less. This is for single installation. For models AC24 and 30, the limitations are 50 meters or less for the main pipe and 30 meters between the outdoor and the indoor units. For the bigger models AC36 and 48, the piping limitation is 75 meter maximum for the main pipe and 30 meter maximum between height difference between the outdoor and the indoor units. Now the maximum pipe length is different according to the model. This is Please note that these units are with R410 refrigerant, and these are the recommended piping grade and thicknesses. As shown in the drawings, it's always recommended to make at least one round of piping to reduce the noise and the vibration. After connecting the pipes through the knockout, cover the opening to prevent animals and debris from entering there. Now for the vacuuming process, start by connecting the manifold gauge and use the nitrogen to test leakage. The vacuum should be held for 10 minutes and then you can check the leakages. If the pressure stays in minus 0.1 megapascals for 30 minutes, then you can start recharging the refrigerant. Open the service valve and close the service valve and gas leak check. Moving on to the leak test, before opening the valves, you use nitrogen. There are two types of leak tests that should be done. So the first is testing with nitrogen before opening the valve, and the second is testing with 410 refrigerant after opening the valve. Before opening the valve, in order to detect basic refrigerant leaks, before creating the vacuuming and circulating the 410, it should be pressurized the system with nitrogen using a cylinder with a pressure reducer at a pressure above 4 megapascals on the gauge. After pressurizing, check the major leakage checkpoint using bubble or gas detector. After opening the valve and before opening the valve, discharge all the nitrogen into the system and create a vacuum. After opening the valves, check leaks using a leak detector for refrigerant 410. Once you have completed all the connections, check for possible leaks using the leak detector specifically designed for HFC refrigerants. The major leak point to check the first are indoor unit flare nuts, outdoor unit service valves, and the brazing points. Now, on how to calculate the additional refrigerant charge, our units are very efficient and requires less amount of refrigerant charge compared to old type units. This table will help you determine the amount of additional refrigerant charge required with different piping lengths. Please refer to it when you are before charging the units. Check that the service valve is closed in time. Step 2. Charge the refrigerant through the port of liquid service valve. Step 3. If you cannot charge the refrigerant according to the steps above, follow these steps. Step 1. Open both liquid service valve and gas service valve. Step 2. Operate the air conditioner by pressing the K2 key on the outdoor unit PCB. Step 3. About 30 minutes later, charge the refrigerant through the port of the gas service valve. Note, do not charge the refrigerant through the gas service port. We have come to the end of this video and we hope it was a fruitful time. For any further clarifications, please contact Tazweed team directly. Thank you.